Do you feel the vibes?
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin coming back to you with another video. And it's been about a week and a half since I've done my last video. Last video, me and MG did a review of Luke Cage Season 2, so if you haven't already, go check that out. But in this video, I want to talk about the NBA, and it's been a while since I talked about the NBA. The last video was just recapping the most recent NBA Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. Other than that, I didn't cover free agency like I did it last year. And there was quite a bit that went on. Of course, LeBron signing with the Lakers and bringing guys like Rondo and Lance Stevenson, which that's going to kind of go into what I wanted to talk about a little bit later in the video. Well, mainly what the video is about. Of course, LeBron didn't get the guys he wanted to come there, like Paul George, who ended up re-signing with OKC. Kawhi Leonard still with the Spurs. We don't know exactly. It's a disaster over there in San Antonio. They're trying to bring him back, trying to get him to sign. He's not going to sign. And they trade him. They want a lot for him. They don't trade him. He's going to walk. So there's a lot going on with that team. Of course, DeMarcus Cousins. I'm not going to go over every single one, just some of the bigger ones. DeMarcus Cousins signs with the Golden State Warriors. If you know, he had the Achilles tendon tear last season with the New Orleans Pelicans. We don't know. He won't be available to after January. So we got to see exactly how good he's going to be, because that injury is pretty brutal. It pretty much ended Elton Brand's career, or at least he wasn't the same player at all after that injury. Kobe, even though Kobe was up there in age, but this is a big man who, in fairness to him, he didn't rely heavily on his athleticism. Still had a good back to the basket game, spot up shooter. So he could still turn out to be really good. But that injury is brutal. So we'll have to see how he comes back after that. And I honestly don't believe that he was at a point where no one was giving him offers. I don't think the offers that he was asking for were too high for a guy who we don't know how healthy he's going to be. We don't know if he's going to be the same player. And a lot of teams are worried about it. I'm pretty sure there were some offers on the table, and definitely offers similar. There are teams that will offer what the Warriors offer, more. And obviously, just be real with us. You went to the Warriors so you can win championships, because they're a team. They're gonna still win a lot of games, and by the time he gets there, they're gonna be sitting right at the top of the entire NBA in terms of record. Him being out, and that was a big reason why he went there, because he can pretty much coast. He's gonna sit out. The Warriors are gonna be winning games, and they lose nothing. And then come after January, his skill set is added. Even if he's not necessarily the same player, even if he's 70% of what he used to be, that's still an improvement over anything the Warriors had at that center position. But this video is not about the competitive balance of the league per se. There's always, if you look out throughout the history of the NBA, the Celtics, Lakers, look at the amount of championships they had. Let's go from 99 to now. The Spurs have 5, Lakers have 5. 10 championships between two teams. Of course, the Heat have 3, Warriors have 3. Then you of course mix in some teams. Cavs have 1. The Pistons 2004. The Heat of course have 3. If I didn't already say that. Dallas Mavericks have 1. It hasn't been. Celtics have 1, of course, between 99 and now. Hasn't been a lot of teams that have won championships throughout. Especially multiple championships. Once you get up there in 4 and 5, you look at the 90s, the Bulls won 6. You look at the 80s, it was Celtics, Lakers, who won majority of the championships. So I'm not necessarily talking about competitive balance of the league. It's more so players. Not only players wanting to join. You look at a lot of teams, they built their teams either through trades, where they had to trade everything. In the case of the 2008 Celtics, where they had to trade everything to get that championship team, or bringing in old veterans who still had a lot left who could contribute to a championship. Then you bring in guys, because you look at this Warriors team, they still would have been pretty good even without Durant. And three of their top guys are all guys that they drafted to that team. Durant was the outlier who just ended up joining. Can't beat him, join him type deal. But it's the players. Not only you got these players who want to join other players, the super teams, especially DeMarcus Cousins. You look at LeBron. LeBron, he's a big component of it. When we're talking about the Heat and how they coerced that team together, you pull in Toronto's best player. Of course, at that time, Wade already had a championship. He already had a Finals MVP from the 2006 playoffs and finals. It's not only just that where guys are wanting to join teams instead of beating them. It goes into guys like Lance Stevens. I thought you hated LeBron. Why would you join a team with LeBron? Same with Rajon Rondo. You go look at him. He's sitting beside a chick wearing a shirt that saying like something like LeBron's a bitch or something like that. You gonna join the team he's on though? Same with Lance Stevenson. I thought that was like a rivalry thing. You want to beat that guy, but it's the league's become. I guess these guys have become super friendly. Because I remember back in '96 where. Now, I'm not that old. Just to let y'all know, I'm not that old. 96, the fans hated the fact that Dennis Rodman was coming to the Bulls. He was a disaster in San Antonio. The players, Jordan Pippen was like, okay, he's a teammate, but still don't like that guy. And there's definitely, you look back on that, something that you can easily find. They didn't speak to him very much. You could tell they didn't like the guy. He contributed to them winning, but they definitely weren't friends. He definitely wasn't joining the team with friends. They just so happened to be winning, and all that stuff gets swept under the rug. All the stuff that he was doing, coming to games drunk, all the weird shit that Dennis Rodman used to do. But it's not only guys just wanting to, nowadays guys want to join other players in their prime when they're in their prime. It's effort, you see, and then this goes into watching regular season games, and that trickles into the playoffs where these guys don't give the effort defensively. You talk about, and it's mainly your top guys who it disappoints me the most. You look at LeBron last 4 years, he's rested on defense. He didn't do the thing where he sat out the games because people started complaining about it. The league started complaining about it, so he didn't do it. He still didn't give the effort on defense when he was out there. You see games where he takes so many possessions off, and even in the playoffs, that's why you look at a guy. Westbrook was the same way. Westbrook just gets criticized for it, rightfully so. But LeBron's able to kind of skate by, and then people will bring up the stats, but he's not playing defense. That's why you can look at the rebounding numbers, and they are heavily skewed. If the guy was playing defense, his rebound numbers would be lower. But, guys like James Harden doesn't give the effort defensively. So you either got guys who don't give the effort defensively, just don't give the effort night in and night out most nights when it pertains to those three guys. And guys who have huge holes in the game. Like Giannis, he gives the effort. Defensively, his jump shot is broken, and he's been in the league for a while. He needs to put in the work. His jump shot is broken. Ben Simmons, first full season, but his jump shot is broken, so hopefully he can improve on that. It's really bad. Joel Embiid, health. Anthony Davis, he does all of these things. He's a good defender. He can shoot the outside shots. His problem is health. And, he was able to stay relatively healthy last year, but he's had trouble with his health. So, you just see the overall defense of the league. And I'm not talking about amount of points scored, because obviously that's gone up because of the tempo. The game's higher. The pace is faster. So teams are going to score more points. But if you watch a lot of these games, just simple things defensively. Guy's supposed to help here. He's He's not there because he didn't put in the effort to get back. Wide open shots, guys are not contesting. Layup lines where guys, I guess they assume they're gonna dunk, so they don't want to end on ESPN top 10 or NBA top 10 or stuff like that. And so you see a lot of layups. Like I said, pace is gonna add to the amount of points scored. But if you watch the games, it's terrible defense on most nights. Playoffs, it ramps up a little bit, but like I said, the habits in 82 games. That's not to say they do it in every single game, but in 82 games, where most of those games you don't give effort defensively, that's going to go into the playoffs because it became a habit. And a lot of these guys, for years, they've taken a lot of plays off defensively. And it's become pretty much a habit for him. You look at James Harden, OKC, he was a solid defender. Now he's a trash defender. He stopped giving the effort, and even when he tries to play defense, it's horrible because he never put it. He made it a habit to not play defense. It became a habit for him. It's kind of like embedded in him that, yeah, I'm just not gonna care about defense. Every time where I act like I'll care, so I'll just do like a little swipe. Where, maybe I'll get a steal every now and then, but it'll look like I'm trying. Or I'll get in front of a guy, look like I'm giving effort, but then it's just bad defense. But let me know what you think down in the comment section about just the current state of the NBA. I'm a big fan of defense, so you can imagine how I feel. There are a lot of fans who just stop watching the NBA just because lack of effort. And I always talk about the fans. You got these fans, the fans are the bread and butter of professional sports. They're the ones who, the reason these owners build these stadiums. They're the reason the league exists. They buy the apparel, everything that, the NBA sells, MLB, NFL, whatever. Fans buy it. They support the league. They keep it running. And the fact that, these players in the NBA have nights where they don't even give a shit. They don't care. And it's mainly on the defensive end. It's just sometimes the guys just don't care at all. You'll see that it's kind of it'd be a coast game for them. Where they won't even care, And it's those games I just turn off. I try to watch as many games as I can, but it's become very frustrating to watch the NBA. Like I said, let me know what you think down in the comment section. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.